What's good, my lovely peoples? It's your main man Solace here, humble servant of the life. Now, I want to do this video because I decoded the Holy Bible. Doesn't matter what language you read it in, doesn't matter any of that. But what I want you all to do, if you're a Christian, ask your pastor what I'm about to tell you and look at his face because it's a deep thing. If you're not a Christian and you know other Christians, let them watch this video. Make sure they watch it and look at their face because it's a deep thing. Now, we all look at the Bible and believe that it's basically a book about Jesus foretelling the end of the world and how he will return. So we're waiting on this day to happen. Now grasp, the Bible has nothing to do about that. What the Bible is about is the gap in time between BC and AD. See, we know time is not kept like 3 BC, 2 BC, 1 BC, then 1 AD, 2 AD. Time is not kept like that. That makes no sense. So you know there was a gap at some point between 1 BC and 1 AD, meaning in 1 AD, men begin to keep time again. So what happened in between 1 BC and 1 AD? The Great Tribulation, or the end of days that Jesus was prophesying about. So this is what he was prophesying about. When he was speaking of him returning, the Son of Man returning, he wasn't speaking of himself. He was speaking of the Son returning after all that time in darkness. See, you have to grasp when he said the sun was blotched out, and the moon didn't shine, and the stars fell from heaven. He was giving direct descriptions, letting you know there would be no days and nights, just nights. That's why it was the end of days, because the sun would be blotched out, the moon, comets, stars fall from heaven. If there's no sun shining, there's no food growing. So then people begin to eat one another. You have to just put your mind in a perspective of how that time would have been between 1 BC and 1 AD when they were in total darkness, trying to survive. Now, when the sun eventually rose again, the little people that was left would have to start over and keep track of time. So you have to grasp, the whole Bible is just about the world ending repeatedly for men and them having to start over. So the whole Bible is about how time goes, men destroy themselves, and then they have to regroup, and then time starts over. And this is how you know I'm not wrong. See, from the beginning of the Bible to Noah, this was the first time. Noah prophesied that the end was coming. No one listened. It came. They were in total darkness. Then they had to start over and repopulate. This is when time began to be kept track of again for that time. Now, from that time until Jesus was the second time. And then Jesus forewarned them of the atrocities they were doing and what it would lead to. And then it happened again. And that's what he was prophesying. And the Son of Man is basically letting them know the Son of Man is returning. That is the Son. But y'all don't grasp the sperm is the spirit. And the Son is the same thing. So this is where the confusion lies when y'all read. But this is all he was prophesying. Now, everything he was prophesying has nothing to do with our times. We have our own end of days that is going to come upon us, where men will be completely in darkness and we will have to start our time over. Meaning, it's not going to be the year 4000 AD. It's going to start over before we even get to the year 2100. So grasp that. Now, when you hear tribulation, this is the period of time that led up to the end of days or the end of world. Jesus getting killed is what sparked the tribulation. Meaning when he got killed in that fashion, wars began to happen. And this sparked everything that led up to the end of the world, the end of days, the time where the sun and moon would be blocked out. You don't have any days. So now when the sun finally rises, they don't know what day or year it is anymore. So you just start over. So we have to grasp. This is all that the Bible is about. It's letting you know you are in the time that you are in now because time started over. Because anyone with a half a brain would know, would at some point in their life say, yo, if the earth is over 6 billion years old, why are we at year 2016? Why it ain't the year 2 billion something? Shit, we got fossils from 4,000. We got King Tut body from 4,000 years ago. So why it ain't at least the year 4016? The Bible is letting you know why. Because time always starts over. Because men always destroy themselves. And our time is coming upon us also. So y'all just have to grasp that, man. The end of days would have been that blank spot between 1 BC and 1 AD. And the new age is where we at now. But we're at the end of it. Meaning, this would have been the heaven time that people in the Bible confused with what Jesus was talking about. He was talking about the new. He gonna bring the heaven to the earth, and it's gonna be a new earth and new government and rules. This is what he's talking about. The life taking hold over again, and men not ruling over one another because it ain't enough men to do that. They need each other. So this is all he was speaking of. Lions laying with sheep, and this is what he's speaking about. After fucked up shit like that happened, you'd be surprised how happy you are to just be alive. You'd lay with your enemy and give him a hug and kiss and say, fuck all that bullshit. We made it. It's only 25 motherfuckers left on this earth. And we one of them. Lions will lay with sheep at that point. So you have to grasp. And then this is where the confusion come at. Because as men start to go along in AD times, now they're looking for old knowledge and things that they knew and heard of. And who was Jesus? He the one that foretold of this thing that would happen. See, we don't remember none of that stuff that happened. We don't even question or think about the gap in time between 1 BC and 1 AD. Because we all the way in 2016. But the people that would have been in like the year 10 AD would have been looking for all the letters and stuff that they could find about Jesus because he foretold what actually happened. This is how he became so important like that. Because they never understood nothing he was saying because they wasn't paying him no mind when he was saying it. But when it happened, they like, oh, that shit he was saying, he was the deepest, he was God. He knew everything. Then it started to click to them, but it's too late. It already happened. And as time go on, notoriety and more shit get piled on. But y'all gotta understand, man, Jesus was a rich, famous man. You're just not reading the Bible yet. He used to go in the ships and travel to other places. This is what rich people did back then. He got into the ships while others followed on foot. He was famous. He was rich. But not rich in a sense where he had a bank account full of money. He was rich in a sense wherever he went, he got whatever he wanted. People to bring him all their stuff. So he never had a need for anything. It's a deep thing. He didn't even have a need to keep, let's say, so to say, a bank account. What do you need that for? I don't need to be paid. I don't need nothing. Wherever I go, the people raise me up. They give me whatever I want. So I don't need nothing. If he want to go here, 20 ships will pull up, ready to take him. Hop on my shit. So he never needed, he was a rich man. Had knowledge, he was rich in spirit. This is according to the book. Now we have to grasp, the book has nothing to do with the religion. The religion is the perspective you're put in when you read in the book. So the religion got you hypnotized. You read that shit and the religion already told you that Jesus is God. But Jesus never said that. He never said nothing that y'all believe in. But that's not to say that the book ain't good and he ain't a great spirit. Y'all just have to shake out of the religion and begin to hear the things that I'm saying. I'm not telling you to hate your religion. I know y'all get me confused with the Kemetic brothers. They be bashing the Christianity in a hateful manner. I joke with it, but I respect the book and I respect the man in the book. Knowing that the life is the all, nothing's over that. He didn't create the life. He was breaking something down to them that they couldn't grasp. And if you read the book, you'll see that too. It's not like my perspective is this. This is what the book says. The thing is, y'all don't read it with any perspective. Y'all read it in the perspective you've been put in to read it. But if you just read it, or if you have read it and you hear what I'm saying, then you know I ain't wrong. All the ancient tales tell y'all of this. If you go to the Numa Elish, same thing. They tell the story of the beginnings of time to the first ending. And then motherfuckers had to start over. So it's the same in all the ancient books, man. It's really no different. The thing y'all must begin to understand is the sun is the great spirit. Humans are little spirits. And the sperm cells within us, or the sperm cells within the man is holy spirits, the micro. So you have the sun, the great spirit. Humans, little spirits. And the sperm cell within the man, the sperm cells within the man, holy spirits, the micro. And this is how you got Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Y'all just have to get to a level of understanding. We don't have no knowledge of the sperm being the spirit in this time, and we don't have no perspective of the lingo they used. So when you read in the book, you completely lost. They didn't call the sun sun. That's why you don't see the sun in the goddamn book. It's your main man Silas, man. Please get a little understanding. Make sure these Christians see this. Make sure y'all ask y'all pastor. Say, Pastor, did you know Jesus was prophesying about the gap in time between 1 AD and 1 BC that you never even thought about? And look at his face. Because most people never think about that. Shemaine Mansalas, the smartest young man on the planet. And I ain't that young. I be looking at some of y'all comments. Some goofbag said, oh man, what's wrong with the youth? I'm not a youth. I'm in my mid-30s. Young man, Shemaine Mansalas, the humble spirit.